KILR Killer Games.
Hello gamers and simmers and pilots, I am the Killer Gamer and welcome to the World Tour featuring Flight Simulator 5.1 for DOS, running in DOSBox. And we are here sitting at Lansing Municipal, and we're going to be going to Chicago Midway. Why? Well, one, we've been doing that on the other simulators, but since we're going to be traveling on the world, this is probably going to be one of the last opportunities that we have to go to Midway. So it's probably a good idea if we head over there. This is kind of shaking, and I think it has something to do with how I set the weather, but I'll get into that. All right, so we'll show you what we're doing here. Okay, so we are here, and we are heading here. All right, so not a very far flight, if anything. Let's see. Not sure which runway we'd be taking here, but what I've been doing on the other simulators is I've been tuning into Joliet at the, let's see, that's about right. Yeah, we'll do it right there. So the 060 radial, and then Chicago Heights, I've been going about 303, about 330. And then that kind of brings me to an intersection somewhere, I don't know, right around here. But that'll get us close to Chicago Midway, and then we can fly or adjust wherever we need to go, depending upon, you know, what we need to land on. All right. So first of all, let's go ahead and tune in our radios. And actually, let's tune into the ATIS, which is 128.05. And it doesn't look like we are, whoops. It doesn't look like we're close enough. So we're not going to know which runway to land on, actually. And there's a reason why I say that. Okay, so we'll then tune in our radios. So we'll say 114.2, and that was going to be a radio of 330. So there we go. And then the Joliet was 112.3. There it is. We're already set up there. And 060, not too far away from what we've got here. All right. So we are all set. Now let's take a look at the weather, and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so here is the weather data. As you can see, we've got some broken clouds at 2,000 feet above ground level, overcast deck at 2,700. I put it a little further up than that. And visibility 10 or more, and winds from 270 degrees to 24 miles per hour, but gusting to 36 miles per hour. And then the temperature and the pressure. Okay, So keep this in mind, and I'll go ahead and show you what I did here in the simulator. We'll go world, go weather. So I didn't do like local, like trying to put something in at the here and the destination import. You know, we're close to each other, so I just put in global. So here we've got broken clouds, and I decided to go with cumulus, even though it, you know, even though the weather thing doesn't actually state what it is. And then for this other layer, I tried to do overcast. That was the most, it kept changing it to 6/8. That's fine. That's because I chose alto cumulus for it. Maybe that's not the right thing to choose for overcast. I don't know. Maybe I should try. I have a cirrostratus, nimbostratus. Let's see. Maybe there's a nimbostratus here. Let's see. Nimbostratus. Can we do overcast here? Ooh, yes we can. 4,000, 8,000. That would be about right then. Let's see what kind of change that makes. Winds. I left this stuff alone. This is that random weather that's generated. And I changed this right here. I changed it to gusty, which is why I believe the aircraft is kind of shaking a little bit. I left this alone. I put 31 knots, 270. Temperature. Most of it was at 54 degrees, like right here. This was random. I just kept it. I kept it there. It was 59. That's fine. Barometer. I changed this. And it automatically changed the pressure. Visibility. I put 30 miles. It's like 10 plus, so I figured 30. That should be fine. All right. Let's click OK. Okay. Woo. Ooh. That kind of looks a little different. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Kind of like that. It's got a different kind of look. All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about something else. I have gotten a couple of things in the mail for Flight Simulator 5.1. For this world tour, I'm collecting expansions and stuff to really try to build this up as much as I can for this world tour. We're going to be on this tour for a while, is all I'm going to say. There's going to be a lot of videos. We're in no rush to get anywhere, so it's plenty of time to really explore every facet of this simulator and really add and customize this thing like as much as we possibly can. But you probably all recognize this Flight Shop. Now, I already had a copy of this, but I couldn't find the disc, so I bought another one. I've got it installed. I had to install it. There's a reason why I had to install it, and that's because of this RealATC. And you may be wondering, what does this do? What it does is it doesn't add like air traffic control, interactive air traffic control to 5.1. What it does is it adds this this type of chatter. And what it does is it automatically changes your radio. It's an adventure, which is why you have to have Flight Shop, because the 5.1 for DOS, does not have adventures. It has situations. So if I go over here to the options menu, you see you got situations. You don't have anything for adventures. Right here, Adventure Factory, that was put in by Flight Shop. And this installs adventures. And so you have to have the Flight Shop, which will create an adventure folder, and then the RealATC will install the adventure files into it. When I first tried installing this, it wasn't working. It was throwing arrows. I'm like, oh man, what's going on? And I remember that there's this little thing down here. You'll see if I can zoom in. It says Flight Shop. Well, it says Flight Shop not required for Windows 95, which is true because I've tested out. But 5-point users need Flight Shop. It's required. And I didn't understand why, but now I know why. But this thing adds like this air traffic control. It's got tons and tons of adventures where you can fly from one airport to another, and it will give you air traffic control where you can interact with it. It's not like ProFlight 98. These are actually specific adventures set between one location to another, but at least it's something. There are a lot of adventures for it. And then there's something that adds weather FX, which like changes the weather between one location and another. So it's crazy stuff. And we're totally going to explore this stuff while we're flying. We'll use the adventure files if we're going from like one particular airport to another. So yeah, we'll definitely check out that stuff and the weather and stuff like that. So this adds a new Boeing 757-200 that you can play. There's a Stuttgart Airport, highly detailed scenery and textured aircraft. All new Flight Simulator airports, all with superbly crafted texture real layouts with hundreds of static textured aircraft for many international major world airports. High ARTCC ATC. And all new adventure and flight plan structure. And then there's a Flight Simulator for Windows 95 patch and update. This is from the company PapaTango. And it's fully Flight Simulator 98 compatible. And this does work on Windows, the Flight Simulator for Windows 95, which I've been testing and playing around with because I've been trying to decide if I want to do a series on it. And I think I'm going to, because the graphics on it are kind of like a hybrid between this and Flight Simulator 98. Technically, Flight Simulator 98 is like Flight Simulator 6.1, where 95 is like 6.0. So they're roughly the same with just some changes. But yeah, so this is the big thing. This is the big thing here. And when I saw on the back that it required Flight Shop, I'm like, I wasn't sure what it required Flight Shop for, if it was for the airplanes or what, but since I've been digging through all my stuff to try to find, and I found a lot of my Flight Simulator stuff, but I did not find my disc for Flight Shop. Who knows where it's at, but I got this for a decent price, and we'll definitely try exploring the Flight Shop. Have you guys seen the manual for this thing? Hold on. All right, look at this manual. This is actually the manual to my original box. new one I got is sitting in there. I think this is like a brand new box too. I don't think it was ever opened. Thing was sealed all nice and stuff. I don't think it was ever opened. So yeah, here's my original manual. Look how thick this thing is. Look how thick that is. Chapter. Oh, wait. Well, now I know why. There's different languages in here. I guess it's not as bad as I thought. But let me see. Okay, so it's half of it. Half of it is English. Well, at least the whole thing is not English. I think the other half is German. And this adds a whole bunch of stuff. Oh. Interesting. Apparently I was reading this at one time because I folded over a page. I bookmarked it. I sure don't remember anything, so that's going to be pretty cool because we're going to go through this stuff during this flight because we're going to have some long flights, and during those flights we're going to talk about some of this stuff for Flight Simulator 5.1. So that way our flight's not boring. It'll be interesting. All right, so now that we got this set up, what we're going to do, well, first of all, I'm going to put in a very special graphic right there. So now we know, and I scanned this directly from the box because I saw a picture on the internet and it looked like garbage. I'm like, all right, I'm going to scan the box. I'm going to have a nice picture there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to tune in. Let's see, once I start this adventure up, it's going to take over the comm radio, and I'm not going to be able to tune into ATIS. That's why I'm not really sure what runway we're going to use. If it was blowing west at 270, then I guess we'll figure it out. All right. So we're going to go down here to Adventure Factory. And you can see all the different adventures that are here. These are all from the ATC one. So do you see how we've got like San Francisco to, what is that, Seattle? And then there's all of these. You have to wait for a moment for it to load up. That's like Denver to JFK. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. So we're not interested in any of these or any of these. What we're interested in is down here. These here were from Flight Shop, I believe. Okay. So this one here gives us chatter along with high ARTCC. And then this one here just gives us the chatter only. This is the one we're going to use. This one here gives us variable random IFR weather changes and air traffic control chatter. And this is just like another oh no, this version is the high ARTCC. But it gives variable random weather changes. This one is VFR, so it's the same as these, IFR, and this one's VFR. So this will change, I believe this is going to change the type of ATC that we hear. This is random weather at startup with no changes in air traffic control chatter. So here's another one, random weather at startup and air traffic control chatter. So yeah, it's real interesting, and we'll check out each of these as we're flying just to kind of give you an idea of what it's like. And some of these chatter things are really interesting. This is the one that I've been testing out to start off with, is this one. So We'll go over here. We'll click Start New Adventure. Now it's automatically going to change this comm radio to ground.
Turn left on the ramp 25.
Well, that's louder than I thought. But at least you can hear it.
Ground, busting gate 21 from TWA hangar. Bus approved. Roger.
So, let me explain.
Philippine 126, can we make a right turn here? That's correct. Okay.
I'm going to explain how this actually works. And you can use this chatter on any flight. Doesn't matter where you're flying from or to. Alright, so how this works is while you're on the ground, your comm radio is going to be tuned to 121.1.
Canada 793 Heavy is currently active for 21. Canada 793 Heavy, taxi to the gate.
Now, in order for this to work, you have to actually follow exactly what it says. Now, when you...
Citation 693 Mike, that's Eagle with Kilo, instruments Long Beach.
Citation 693 Mike, so we cleared the Long Beach Airport. Oasis 1 departure, Groffs transition. Groffs, direct Hector, KO3 arrival. Maintain 17,000, departure frequency 125.9er, squawk 5350.
Okay, the Oasis departure, Golfs transition, Golfs, direct Hector, KO3 arrival, Long Beach, 13,000, 125.9, 5350.
Okay, recheck your initial altitude, sir. The initial altitude would be 17,000.
I'm sorry, 17,000 for 93 Mike.
93 Mike, the readback is correct. Kilo is
Some of these
correct.
are
Have a good
interesting.
flight. Good day.
Southwest 383 annoyed South Lake, Charlie 402.
Southwest 383, Lawrence, if you have request, sir, stand by. Just one United 2418, you're released at 1913, void at 1933. Time is 1.
And these are random, so they're never the same.
Okay, 1913, 1933 is the void time for United 2418, thanks.
Southwest 383 is clear.
Okay, let me just move out of the game here for a moment. Okay, so when you set flaps for takeoff, this is going to change the comm radio automatically to 118.40. So when we, as we change this, watch the comm radio. It'll automatically change. Now it takes it over. So you can't manually change it. If you try to manually change it, it just goes right back. Now after takeoff, okay, so you start off on ground. You have to set flaps for takeoff, and then this will change the ATC to tower-related ATC messages. And then after you take off and you go 2,000 feet above ground level, now keep in mind this is not 2,000 feet, this is 2,000 feet above wherever you're sitting. You'll remain on the tower frequency, so there's really no change there. And it's also very specific that it's going to be 3,000 above ground level for jets. Now, after you pass through 2,008 above ground level, when you return your flaps to 0, what it's going to do is it's going to change the comm radio to 123.6, and then you're going to hear all departure related traffic. So it's like it's taking you through the stages, but you have to do certain things in order for the adventure to say, oh, okay, I see what you did, and then automatically change it. It's very clever. It's for what they came out with at the time, it's clever. It works. So this is going to continue until you climb through to 4,000 feet above ground level. For jets, you have to be 13,000 feet. And then when the comm radio so once you climb over 4,000 feet, the comm radio is going to change to 120.4 for en route traffic chatter. So I guess you could say center. Now, as you're approaching and you descend back through 4,000 feet above ground level, when you extend the flaps, the comm radio is going to auto set to 123.8 for approach control. So then you're going to hear approach related ATC messages. And then when you pass through 2000 above ground level, it will auto set again to 118.4 for the tower, like it did before. And then once you land and then you retract the flaps to 0, your comm radio goes right back to 121.1, where you can hear the ground stuff again. So that's how it works. At first, you know, when I first got this, I'm like, oh man, great! This gonna have ATC and all kinds of other stuff, and well, no. But I read into it a little bit more through the manual, and you do have adventures that are completely ATC controlled, and so they do actually talk to you, I think, because they're programmed adventures, and so they're you're supposed to do certain things. But this one here is set up to where you can have this ATC chatter on whatever flight you want to do. So it's genius. I think it's great. All right, so let's get going.
City Airport, reveal 3 departure, Milford transition as file. Maintain 17,000, departure frequency 13.
Let's turn that down. Let's turn that down a tad.
3.9
All right.
squawk 1015.
Okay, I think you did give us the Ovita 3 Milford 1.
I think this is going to be a
3395 1015.
fine runway to take off from.
Is correct. The readback on the clearance is correct. You come out of gate 4.
Sure.
Have a good flight.
Thank you, good day.
Yes, so retaining 42 with Kilo for Charlie. Long clearance at Talon 42.
Scenic 42.
Scenic 42, cleared Charlie departure squawk 4224.
4224. 42, thanks. Morning, clearance Frontier 382, looking to go to Salt Lake City with Kilo.
Okay.
Frontier 382, third clear to Salt Lake City Airport. Kilo 3 departure, Milford transition that has filed. Maintain 17,000. Departure frequency will be 133.95.
I want to turn off the auto coordination here. There we go.
05.
Clear to Salt Lake City, Ovita 3 departure, Milford transition as filed 17 and
All right. So now what we do, watch this comm radio.
382, readback is correct. You come out of gate 23.
22, that's correct.
We lower down one thing of flaps.
Reno Air 172 on request to Reno, flight level 310.
Reno Air 172 is cleared to Reno Airport, awaits 1 departure, 80 transition that has filed.
Should
Maintain
change it.
17,000. Departure frequency will be 125.9.
Oh, I think it did.
764.
I think it did.
Air 172 is cleared to Reno via the Waste 1 departure, 80 transition as filed, maintain 17,125, squawk 6764, we're at Alpha 1 with Kilo.
Okay, no, it didn't change it.
172, thank you. The readback is correct. Have a good flight.
Have a good day. Roger, 297, I'd like to check on our flow control to San Fran.
Oh, now it has. Now it has.
United 2097 to San Francisco.
2097, Roger.
Takes a moment, but yeah, it's changed now.
Charlie 8.
Okay, thanks. International Airport.
Man, this flashing is annoying.
16000. Temperature 582.30. Wind time, altimeter 3020. Turbojet aircraft departing runway 25 right. All other aircraft departing runways 19er. Notice airman, intersection Alpha 2 is the departure threshold for runway 25 right. Split ground bearing in use. All departing aircraft without pre-departure clearance. Contact clearance delivery on 118.0. DFR aircraft, state your destination and requested altitude. On initial contact, advise you have information November. TWA 730, a little bit left there inside the white line, please. Yeah, we're turning left right now, TWA 730, and just verify pad 2, that's how we're United City. That's correct, sir. Southwest 1123, push.
All right, there we go.
Southwest 1123, push your discretion. Southwest 1122, thanks. Now, what's it look like, United 2298? At 2298, I got a call center on you, got one
Whoa,
going
whoa,
down.
whoa,
300
whoa.
25 right, traffic holding position, contact ground point 1. Line 3 heavy, runway 19 left, clear for immediate takeoff, wind 3505. Clear for takeoff, 19
Oh,
left.
crud.
Guys, 1711, 1 mile final, yeah, that's 25 left. Yeah, 1711, clear to land, runway 25 left, wind 3505.
Man, that wind is no joke.
Use caution, there's a heavy jet departing southbound up runway 19, caution, wind turbulence. Stand this frequency for now, please.
Tower, Scenic 45 is looking inbound for landing.
Scenic 45 Tower on the 19 right, clear to land, wind
Let's get
35
those
05.
flaps up.
199 right, clear to land, Scenic 45.
Line 3 heavy, traffic at 12 o'clock, 2 miles, low level southbound, 2,700 is a helicopter. Okay, we're looking at line 3 heavy. There's 1711, hold short for departing traffic, same as frequency. Okay, we'll stay with you, hold short, 25 right, copy 11.
Man, we almost
the heavy,
bought it.
about a mile and a half behind you, 3,300 climbing, caution way turbulence. Back to 26, caution way turbulence.
Man, that was some insane weather.
Right, clear for takeoff. 25 right, clear for takeoff, cactus 27.
My goodness. Okay, so we're headed in the direction that we want to go. We just need to hold this course.
Space frequency change approved, good day. 1 kilometer, good day. Tractor 120, visual left. Tractor 120, traffic 737, short final, runway 25 left, clear to land, wind 350 at 4. Runway 25 left, Tractor 120. American 899 is about 10 miles out for 25 left. American 899 tower traffic is a Bach jet, 3.5 mile final, runway 25 left, clear to land, wind 350 at 4. Runway 25 left, traffic inside American 899. United 1711 traffic holding in position, cross 25 right, contact ground point 1 on the other side, good day. Clear cross, and 21-1 on the other side, United 1711. Cactus 26, contact departure, Sullivan. Tower, King Air 559 X-ray is 1 mile final to the right, with the auto up. King Air 59 X-ray, change runway 19 left, clear to land, hold short 25 right for departing traffic. The auto will be for the parallel. Okay, clear to land on the left, hold short of what? Hold short of 25 right. Okay, clear to land on the left, hold short of 25 right, 59 X-ray. Frontier 43, hold short 25 right, damage frequency, traffic is departing. 25 right, Frontier 43. Vector 609, traffic's landing, runway 19 left, will hold short the intersection, runway 25 right, clear takeoff, wind at 350 at 5. Go, 250, Tower Lair Jet 114, Charlie, on the visual 25 left. Jet 114, Charlie Tower, traffic MD-80, short final, runway 25 left, clear to land, wind 350 at 5. Okay, we're clear to land on 25 left, Lair Jet 4, Charlie.
I think our comm radio changed.
King 59 X-ray, where you parking signature? 59 X-ray, roger.
Nope.
Hold short of Delta for traffic
just
on your left
changed.
and contact ground 121.9, please. Okay, hold short of Delta and going ground 5 minutes. Tower Richard 98 heavy, you're ready for departure. Richard 98 heavy, tower hold short, runway 25 right. Hold short 25 right.
We should be on departure-related traffic now.
NASA 906, high maintain 14, 14,000. NASA 916, thanks for the tight turn at traffic slow factor. Additional traffic 12 o'clock and 14 miles northbound, a C9, level at 15,000.
Roger, Seneca 696.
Seneca 6, Julie Golf Bars, radar contact, climb maintain 4,000.
I wonder if we're going to be able to safely land.
Navy Juliet 0216, flying 360.
360, Navy 216.
Navy 216, your traffic 10 o'clock and 6 miles southeast, flying a T38, climbing out of 13,000 for 14,000.
Okay, we're looking for Navy 216.
NASA 906, you can for that altitude, maintain 14,000 for that C9 traffic.
14,000.
Thanks, I appreciate that. NASA 906, that traffic still factor, climb maintain 17,000.
14,000.
Seneca 6, Juliet Golf, stay requested on course setting.
Okay, done. Departure.
Seneca 6, Juliet Golf, flight requested altitude 10,500 and stay requested on course setting.
Course setting is 211.
Your on course setting is 211.
Departure Frontier 154, 3 for 17.
Frontier 154 is radar
Man, the
contact.
graphics look wicked looking.
7,000 only.
7,000. 154.
Navy Juliet 0216, turn left heading 290.
Left 290, Navy 216. American 129, turn right heading 040. 40, back 129. 20 on the uniform, flight heading 160, back to set traffic. Climb and maintain 7,000. 7,000, 090. 87, turn right heading 050. 050, 187. Departure, Skyhawk,
What the heck?
377's with you.
We were blown way off course.
And going to Southwest County, South County. 0377, main north of Highway 101. You can assume your own navigation, maintain V4. 377, will do. Dallas 403, traffic 11 o'clock, 11, 12 o'clock, 3 miles southeast on the Toronto, climbing to 4,000 management site, maintaining visual separation. First side, Scott Forbray.
Delta 1749 in Fable, can you stretch your climb?
Charlie 49, that's... I know, still 11, traffic still climbing southbound westbound on Navajo, 3,500.
We're looking for 11 position.
And they're still red at 12 o'clock, 5 miles westbound, and they're going to continue westbound.
at 3,500.
Thank you. Our departure down on 1622 out of 3.3 for 17,000.
Now 1621st radar contact, climb and maintain 9,000.
9,000 down on 1622.
Cactus 450, connect under 124.2.
124.2, Cactus 450.
Continental 1622, flying heading 050.
This chatter is like no joke. I mean, it's like
1622, climb and maintain 10, 10,000.
there's like tons of it.
At 12 o'clock and 10 miles southwest, by indicating 10,900 unverified. Appears to be climbing. Expect higher once you pass that traffic.
1622, roger, 050, 10,000.
Channel Station 22 on the 050 heading.
This should change to en route traffic here soon.
Channel Station 22, men heading the
And that'll be 120.4. Oh, just changed.
Channel Station 22, that vehicle traffic is 2 o'clock and 2 miles indicating.
Almost sounds like it hasn't changed.
Got him, PCAS was talking to us about him, but we don't see him.
Departure NASA 906, whiskey, passing 3,700 for 17,000.
NASA 906, Arch radar contact. NASA 906, high maintain 14,000.
906, over 14,000.
NASA 916, thanks for the tight transit traffic zone factor. Additional traffic 12 o'clock and 14 miles northbound, a C9, level 15,000. Citation 500 kilo, leveling 240.
Citation 500 kilo, header runner. Los Angeles, Republic 305 at 350, and we're heading up to 25 for Hector, as soon as we get it. Building 305, said Roger, and receiving Hector, proceed direct Hector. Hector transition, maintain flight level 350, expect runway 25, profile descent.
Man, this is crazy.
305, thank you. Canada 793 heavy, descent at 5 discretion, maintain flight level 240. Canada 793 heavy, down to 240, miles discretion. Building 305, Republic, I would like to keep your speed up, sir, for information.
Hello, 305, roger.
UVA 811 heavy, descent at 5 discretion, maintain flight level 240. UVA 811 heavy, current discretion to 240.
Center United 55 heavy at 390.
55 heavy, then Roger, flight level 390.
American 267 heavy climbs flight level 340, traffic eastbound at flight level 3.
Delta 1244, station passage, resume normal navigation.
Cessna 2034, descend and maintain 3000. Contact Coast Control. Good day.
Yankee Cargo 662, you're cleared for 12,000.
United 3168 heavy, reduce speed to 210, descend and maintain flight level 180. American 267 heavy, please repeat that last request.
Federal Express 211, be advised of significant turbulence. American Eagle 2190, turn right for downwind. Check ILS Center.
Roger, fitting at 696.
Sounds like one of those text-to-speech voices there.
Navy Juliet 0216, flight 360.
360, Navy 216.
Navy 216, through traffic 10 o'clock and 6 miles southeast, flight at T38, climb out at 13,000 for 14,000.
Okay, we're looking for Navy United 216.
NASA 906, you can at altitude, maintain 14,000 for that C9 traffic.
906, over 14,000.
Thanks, I appreciate that. NASA 906, at traffic zone factor, climb, maintain 17,000.
906, over 14,000 for 17,000.
Seneca 6, Juliet Golf, stay requested on 4 settings. Seneca 6, Juliet Golf,
All right, we're getting close to the airport.
500 and stay requested on 4 settings.
Course setting is 211.
Your on course setting is 211. Roger.
Departure Frontier 154, 3 for 17.
Frontier 154 is radar contact. Pilot maintain 7,000 only.
7,000.
We should change. This should change automatically once we get past 2,000 feet above ground level.
Southwest 1118, clear visual approach runway 25 left, wind is 190.17.
Visual 25 left.
United 2156, reduce speed to 170, you're number 2 on the downwind, following company of gravity, 12 o'clock, 6 miles out of 11,000.
Okay, flight of 170, United 2156, looking for the company.
United 2570, descend and maintain 5,100.
5,100, United 2570.
United 2570, expected descent through 90,000, drives at 11 o'clock, 6 miles eastbound, MV 80 out of 10.
Roll expect, United 2570.
Cactus 561, the wind 19020, expect runway 19 left.
Cactus 561.
Now, do you know who Cactus is? That's
9 o'clock, full miles.
Southwest Airlines, I believe.
Clear to visual 19 left, yeah, 2570.
Skyfinder 472, expedite your descent through 5500. There will be traffic at 10 o'clock, 6 miles northbound on a downwind from 18 at 6500, another 737.
Okay, we check in. We are expediting right now, Skyfinder 472.
And I think I see our airport right over here. Man, it's hard to make heads or tails out of it because of the graphics.
91156, traffic at 2 o'clock, 6 miles on final for 25 left out of 6,000 in Airbus.
We're looking in at 2156.
I don't know if that's it. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I see a runway.
Center, United 305, 390. United 305, United Center. Clear direct Hector. Radial of Victor 283. Victor 16, Paradise. Direct Ontario, maintain flight level 390. Okay, direct Hector, radial of Victor 283, Victor 16, Paradise, direct Ontario, United 305. Correct. 811 Heavy, descend at 5 discretion, maintain flight level 240. 811 Heavy, discretion to 240. 1525 to 4 miles from the final approach, take a turn right, heading 110, maintain 2000 until established on the local method, cleared ILS.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, it's changed again.
Black Valley 7516. Taxi to parking, monitor 121.1. Parking, monitor ground 7516. Richard 898 heavy, runway 25 right, taxi to position, hold traffic, landing runway 100 left.
Alright, position hold 25 right, Richard 898.
1947, wind is now calm and runway 25 left, clear to land. Helicopter traffic, no factor.
1947, clear to land, runway 25 left.
Tower Silverado 150.
Silverado 1 tower, wind 010 at 4. Landing at the ramp will be at your own risk.
Silverado 1.
KILR 1 Hotel Tango, turn right next taxiway, contact ground point on it. Richard 898 heavy, wind 010 at 4, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 898.
1117, final for 25 left.
1117, tower, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 517.
Continental 1947, cross runway 25 right, traffic holding in position and contact ground point 1.
Okay, Continental 1947, cleared to cross, 25 right and ground point 1.
Richard 898 heavy, contact departure.
898 phone.
Amtrak 648 heavy, cross
I don't know
runway
if we're gonna
2
be able to land on that thing.
1011. Wind 360 at 5, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff 25 right, Amtrak 648 heavy.
Georgia 020 heavy, runway 7 left, taxi into position, hold for wind turbulence.
Roger, taxi into position 407 left. We'd like to go via 007.
Say again, Georgia 020.
We'd like to backtrack 407.
Georgia 020, intersection Delta is the full length of runway 7 left, sir.
Okay, someone.
Amtrak 648 heavy, contact departure.
648 heavy.
American 1117 at the end, turn right, cross runway 25 right on Alpha 7, traffic will hold in position and contact ground point 1.
Clear to cross the runway American.
Ow!
Air 2020 heavy, caution wake turbulence from the departing heavy at 1011. Wind 360 at 4, runway 7 left, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff, 227.
American 1117, hold short of runway 7 left. Remain this frequency, hold short. American 1117, tower.
Go ahead.
Roger, hold short of runway 7 left for departing traffic.
Entry 1091 on a short final to 19 left.
I'm 1091, tower, thank you.
Well, we sort of landed, and then the plane went. We jumped out. We're okay. Oh my word. Well, I guess it was really gusty, wasn't it? Well, let me get us over to the airport.
Bracco change to runway 28 left.
Okay. I got us moved over here to Chicago Midway.
134, wind 060 at 5, runway 1 right, cleared for takeoff for 0.
Now, as far as the audio,
Send at 620.
you're supposed to be able to go here to Adventure Factory and then terminate it. Venture has finished. Choose the OK key to resume flying.
Traffic off the right, will turn away.
But it keeps going.
065, runway 1 left, cleared for takeoff.
It doesn't terminate it. It just keeps going.
43 heavy, cross runway 28 left, contact ground 121.8 on the other side.
Hey, cross and contact
Hey, okay, so we're just going to pause that so that way we don't have to hear it. But we're going to get flashes here on the screen, apparently. All right, so, well, yeah, that was an interesting flight. And we won't be so, I guess, crazy with the weather next time. But anyways, I hope you found this flight interesting, enjoyable, different with this RealATC chatter that's on. We're not going to use it every single flight because there is a lot of chatter on this thing that just goes on endlessly. And maybe, you know, maybe you like that type of thing. Maybe it sounds real. I can just only imagine that on some flights it's just going to be really, really long, a lot of talk. But you know, we want to check out those other adventures too, and see how they work, and we will. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to check out this flight on the other simulators. Other than that, be safe in the skies, and I will see you later. If you thought this flight was interesting, then you might want to check it out on these other flight simulators that you see on your screen. It's just a fun way to relive old memories and see how things changed over the years. Be sure to subscribe to be notified of any new videos, and I'll see you on the next flight.